over do some archbishop. Been a school them from when me in a car shop. Liverpool couldn't test the way me raw sit up quick draw. Him drop and can't get up, him not fast enough for my problem that you never solve. Send for the down race for a firestorm, cause I turn into a monster. Ready for the war, better with your black. None of them boy, they no bad. None of them boy, they no bad. Bad pants in over to some archbishop. Them no bad. School them from me in a darkish. Them no bad. Fool couldn't take the with me raw sit up the drug. If I can't beat up, no fast enough for my Bible that you never saw. Send for the brand race for your fire song, cause I turn into a monster. Ready for the war, better with your phone. None of them boy, they no bad. Left a mark, young gog on a regular. We say them hardly ready. Them a new type of artillery. We a boss and a Tom and Jerry. Out the blue I hit you with an airstrike. They not bad like my air nights. It's a rare sight, yeah. Steady aim with precision. Make the vision with a clear sight. Better go get your affairs right. Them boy, they no none of them boy, they no bad. Road patch, live in my bar. If you mark, them no bad. On a regular, we see them hard, them no bad. Me a new type of artillery. Me a bust, and a Tom and Jerry. Out the blue, you bad. Airstrike, they no bad. Me air nice, clear sight. Steady aim, they no bad. And it's the vision, we got clear sight. Better to get your fit, them boy, they no bad.
Yeah, and Daniel's here talking all about, you know, his finds at Plato's Closet. Welcome back to the Indy Boys Racing Podcast. He was so excited and he didn't listen to Jay giving him his cues. Man, look at this boy over here. We miss a week for an episode. Daniel forgets how the show works.
We're out of practice, bro. We're out of practice.
Welcome back to Indy Boys. My name's Tristan Greider, joined with Daniel Cheney in the awesome TK hat. I'm loving that over there. And Road America's finest, Justin Cox, fresh off a trip from RA. How are we doing today, boys? We'll start with Jay, just because you went to the IndyCar race this weekend.
Oh, sorry guys, I forgot to unmute my mic on the program. Sorry, Mr. Iron Kong 26 in the chat. I forgot to unmute my mic in the program. Whoops. They could hear me in Discord, you just couldn't hear me on.
Dude, we're so out of practice.
Yeah, it's been a minute. But what I was saying was basically I was at Road America with shooting some video for USF Pro 2000, Indy Next, and the Radical series, which was there. He said that monologue.
The monologue was good stuff. Bro, it was good stuff, I will say.
But
It's pretty solid.
basically, I got to work with the J. Howard driver development guys, Al Mori, Lucky Hughes, Risa Shijima, Roberto Escado, and Dan Scott was there from F4. And I also got to work with whom I forget. Oh, Evagoras Papasavas. And then Zach Ping, Lucas St. John. Got acquainted with all of them. It was a lot of fun. I shot some pretty cool like Instagram stuff for them. And then I got to talk with Nolan Siegel, Christian Bogle a bit, Indy Next drivers, and then work with them for the Radical series as well. So yeah, I don't know. I think I mentioned it at the beginning. I can't remember, but I'm gonna say it again. I was with a media company called RTD. Mike Marini, the president of HMD, is team strategist for HMD. He owns it as well. So that's why I was at Road America. So I wasn't necessarily there for the IndyCar race, but it was still a fun time. A lot of late nights, some very good times. But yeah, it was pretty fun. So
Yeah, and you guys can see all the stuff that Jay does because we'll repost it on his personal Instagram story, and we've also been reposting it on the Indie Boys story. So if you want to see some of the cool stuff that our super talented Justin Cox can do, go to our Instagram page and you can see all the cool stuff he does. That's why we didn't have any like Road America content. I did get a couple of tweets wondering like, if Jay's at the race, why aren't you doing any Road America content? Because technically he wasn't there for us.
yeah.
But we will be at Mid-Ohio, and we will be there
Yes, sir.
for
For
us.
the
So
Indy
we'll be
Boys,
covering
yeah.
for the Indie Boys.
Yes.
So you guys will be covering, you guys will see us covering Mid-Ohio. We'll do a similar vlog style to what we did for the month of May.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get into this episode. We have a lot of news to talk about. Let's go ahead and start with the NASCAR side of things. Noah Gragson, guys, is returning from injury, hopefully this weekend. Out after a crash from Gateway. Going to be returning to concussion protocol. Mainly, I noticed this because on Legacy Motor Club's post today of the cars, they really highlighted Noah Gregson's number 42, which makes me hope and think that he's returning this weekend to NASCAR at Nashville, which in the past has been a solid track for Gregson. Now, as many LMC fans are hoping, this season needs to end now, seeing as it seems that Chevy is not giving LMC their best cars ever since the announcement of them going to Toyota. We'll see how this season goes for the rest of LMC, but Gregson is returning hopefully from concussion protocol this weekend. This is not confirmed yet. This announcement came out today. Joe Gibbs Racing and Joe Gibbs have sold a minority stake to Harris Blitzer Sports. This is an affiliate with, I believe, the people that own the Commanders, which, of course, is the football team that Joe Gibbs coached for years and years and years, won a couple Super Bowls with. So that's kind of a cool thing. We don't know how much this minority stake is. If it's 20, 25, 5, it could be as little as 2%. We don't know about this yet. Josh Berry SHR announcement is coming this week. It'll probably happen tomorrow. So if you're watching this video, watching this live stream, listening on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, however you tune into Indie Boys, we're filming this on a Tuesday night, June 20th. It'll probably come out tomorrow around noon. The Josh Berry SHR taking over the 4-car announcement. He already signed with KHI. This is happening, and it will most likely be announced tomorrow. And finally, biggest news of the week, and I think the coolest news of the week, also came out today. Justin Marks, owner of Trackhouse Racing, is going to be running the Chicago Street Course race. Can you guys predict with what team?
He's going to be running.
He's just running around saying he'd probably still outrun, I don't know, a couple cars. I mean,
Probably.
those poor J.
He'd
Poor
probably
JD
go
Motorsports
fast in that
cars.
78.
For real. Let's.
But I'm going to assume Trackhouse, of course.
You would be surprised. It is not Trackhouse in the Xfinity Series.
For real skis, bud.
Not Trackhouse Racing. Daniel, you got any predictions, or are you looking it up?
I'm not looking up. Wait, remind the driver again. I completely spaced.
Justin Marks.
Justin Marks.
That's why I said Trackhouse.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I'll give you a clue. It's a Chevy team.
Heavy team. There's so many.
Junior Motorsports, I guess?
It's definitely not Junior Motorsports. I don't
Give
know.
up yet?
I don't know enough Xfinity teams outside of like 5 of them.
He's running in that 10 car, bud. He's going to be running for Colleague.
Oh,
Yeah.
I was gonna say Colleague, but I was like,
sense.
that feels too specific.
That makes
Yep,
sense.
Justin Marks is going to be running in the 10 car, that all-star car for Colleague Racing. So I'm excited. I love Justin Marks, and that's a cool guy to see running in that car. Hopefully we get a cool paint scheme, kind of like a Justin Marks style, like I don't know, some track
Get a
S vibes.
Pitbull scheme again, baby.
Dude, please, let's see it. Anyway, that's all the NASCAR news I got. Daniel, I'm gonna send it over to you for some IndyCar.
Alrighty. So really on IndyCar, we only have one kind of. It's a major announcement, but it's also a minor announcement because it's not a new announcement. But pretty much all season, people have been wondering what the deal with Chip Ganassi's 11 program was going to be on the ovals, because they had announced originally that Takuma Sato would be doing all the ovals, and then all of a sudden he's just doing the first 2 ovals, and then they're like, oh, maybe Marcus Armstrong will be trying out some of the other ovals. They've just come out today and basically said, nah, Sato's running the rest of the ovals for the season. So I don't know if everybody was just looking too much into it, or if Armstrong decided he didn't want to try the ovals this season.
Well,
I don't know specifically.
Well, they hadn't made an announcement on who it was going to be, so that's probably why
Yeah.
everybody was looking into it. 'Cause it would make
even when
sense
we
for
were,
Sato. It would
Yeah,
make
even
sense
I
when
for
we were
remember
Sato.
they said
Yeah.
they said nothing was set in stone, and so like people were looking into it, but then it ended up just being like
I
the
mean,
most,
when we talked to Takuma,
like-
I mean, we talked to Sato in the beginning of the month of May, and he said that there was actually no plans. When we asked him off camera if there was any plans for the final 2 ovals, and he said no. So I'm assuming this is new. So good for Takuma Sato. Big fans, obviously, over here on Indy Boys, seeing as he was teammates with our boy. Did you guys, by the way, see that post that IndyCar did today of like the
he's just in the
all
corner.
the fan favorites,
Yeah.
and then he's just in the little corner? I loved that.
Also, who on the social media team decided to put Townsend Bell in that post? Name me one. Like, I don't think I have nothing against Townsend Bell. I've never met someone who said Townsend Bell is their favorite IndyCar driver.
Never. I mean, the thing
Like-
is, like Townsend Bell, great announcer, didn't have the most successful career in IndyCar.
Yeah, like he was okay.
Maybe
Won a
that's why he's
couple
on there
races.
maybe that's why he's on there
Yeah.
for announcing. You know, he could be on there.
Yeah,
for
Yeah.
I mean, and then again, you also have Takuma, you also have like Tony Kanaan, who like again he had a pretty decent career. Is not like a
Decent.
I would say decent. I would say it wasn't great.
as he's wearing a Tony Kanaan hat.
Ain't
right now.
no way.
I love
Ain't no-
Tony Kanaan, but like he didn't have like
This
an
man just said
insane
Tony
career.
Kanaan had
Is he
a
top
decent
5?
career.
Is he top 5 in IndyCar history?
Top 10 for
I
sure.
would- I
Top
would say
10.
top 15, honestly, but
No, bro. I'd put him in the
Nah,
top.
he's top
20.
10. He's top 10.
He's not top 10. Who's okay? Okay, who's in your top 10 for IndyCar drivers? Now we're getting on this. Yeah.
Oh,
Go ahead.
okay.
Okay, I'll say mine. I will
Okay.
say mine. Scott Dixon. Okay.
Yeah.
Will Power. He has to. This is in no order, by the way. Scott Dixon, Will Power, Dario Franchitti. Those 3 all
Yeah.
have to be on there. Okay. Then you
Yeah.
got to put Mario on there.
Yeah.
Okay. Then I would probably throw getting myself Elio. You have to have Elio probably on there just because of the 4. Alan Sir Jr. Not Alan Sir Jr. Junior has the 4, right? He has 4. I don't know.
yeah, I think Junior has 4. Yeah,
yeah.
I think Junior.
And then you have to have
Yeah.
Rick Mears on there. I'd put Mears up there. Then God, it's hard to think about IndyCar drivers just off the top of my head. I'd probably put oh crap, what's his name? McLaren. He's currently he won 3 Indy 500s. He's like their head guy right now over at McLaren. We saw his signature.
Rutherford?
Yeah, Johnny Rutherford. I'd put him up there, and then 2 more. I don't think TK is ahead of a lot of these guys. I'd probably put Newgarden up there.
Already?
2
I mean,
championships.
it's arguable.
2
It's
championships
arguable.
in the Indy 500, and then
Okay, Kanaan's got 1 in the 500.
Yep, 2. 2's better than 1.
Yeah, I know, but
And then there's one more up there that I'm forgetting, and it's obvious.
did you say Foyt?
Yeah, 48. Yeah, there we go. There's
Okay.
there's 10 that are better.
Let me
than
cook.
Tony
Let me
Kanaan.
cook.
He
Foyt,
said, let me go.
Dixon, Mario, Power. I'll say, yeah, Franchitti, Mears. I'll say Al Unser. No, if I would put Elio. Do I put Michael Andretti? I mean, 42 wins. I'll put
Sure.
Michael Andretti up there.
Yeah.
I think I put Kanan in like the 9-10 range. I don't think he's high up.
I love Tony Kanaan, man, but I just don't think he is like top 10 IndyCar driver of all time.
I think I already said Mears.
You did.
It took me a second to find it. Once you're done, I've had this written down for a while.
Well, Daniel's trying to figure out a 10th
I
driver.
don't- yeah. I
Go
don't-
ahead.
Well,
Okay.
there's like 3 answers that are arguably in that spot, so it's like, which one do I take?
Okay, AJ Foyt,
Yeah.
Mario Andretti. This is no order. Mario Andretti, Al Unser, Rick Mears,
Mhm.
Scott Dixon, Al Unser Jr., Dario Franchitti, Bobby Unser, Will Power, and then for me, I'm going Elio Castroneves. 4 Indy 500 wins. That's enough to cement a legacy, in my opinion.
I agree
Elio
with
doesn't have
the
a championship,
conversation.
though.
The lack of championship hurts the.
Yeah, but you're
Like,
not including Newgarden in that top 10. He's got 2 championships and a 500. Like, I'm just saying. Newgarden,
He's
in my
also still
opinion,
got,
is
like-
top 10.
His career's not over yet, so I don't want to put him there yet.
Put it here
think by
now.
the end
I
of his
think
career, he's
Joseph
for
Newgarden,
sure.
by the end of his career, will be a top 5, if not top 7 driver in IndyCar history.
I can see it.
I think it will be.
I think
Anyway,
that- yeah, I
that's
think
all the
that's a
IndyCar
valid
news we had.
statement.
Sorry that we had this tangent. Jay, give us that FE news, the fee.
Formula One. Well, yeah, Formula E, I guess.
Yeah,
The
fee.
the fee.
Pay your
Uh,
fees.
So Formula E is actually announcing for season 10 that they are going to be going to. Any guesses?
Tokyo.
Tokyo, Japan. What a sick! I think that'd actually be a sick
Right,
race
what's it?
through the streets of Japan. Like
Definitely.
that'd be fucking like crazy. Like, whoops, sorry for the curse. But yeah, that'd be crazy. I would go to it if I could. But-
Nah, man, we're good. We're not on the Marion siren anymore, man. We're good. Don't worry.
Okay, cool. But yeah, no, I think it'll be crazy. So I want to see this Tokyo race. So I'm gonna have to tune into that
Definitely.
event next season. So,
Mm.
but that's all I have for all of the formulas. So that's yeah. I mean, if you want to get into race reviews, we can do that. now.
Might as well go into race reviews. Let's do it.
Where are we starting? IndyCar.
Oh, we'll start with IndyCar. Might as well, actually.
All right, let's go back. Daniel.
Alrighty. Okay, so this past weekend, we were in Road America, which is pretty much a fan favorite track. It's a driver favorite track. Everybody loves this track. Like, it's so good. It's just such a good track.
Do you know who loves this track
Sama?
now? Bro, fire. We love that for you.
Tell us, Jay, who loves this track now?
Me. Well,
Jay, what's the best part about Road America, man?
Road America.
Other than the food.
Ah, bro. Oh my God. The food at Road. No, you guys don't even understand. Like the food at Road America is literally gas, bro. Like, oh my
Yeah.
gosh, you have no clue.
Was it better than the Mid Ohio hot dogs?
Dude, no, like they had like full on meals that you can buy. Like
That's fire.
Like you had barbecue pulled pork sandwiches. You had like what did I get? One day I got what was it? It was what was it? Barbecue pulled pork. I can't remember. But like it's full on meals, like and they're good. Like they're fresh made.
Mhm.
Oh, it was a double brat sandwich. That's what it was.
That's
Mm.
fire.
Dude, like and it's a lot of food and you get it for like $15. Like it's not bad. And it's worth
Mhm.
$15 because you're getting a lot of food with it.
Mhm.
So
Right.
but, I don't know. It was sick though. Like that was probably the best part of it for me. I'm not gonna lie to you. But the scenery of Run America is very beautiful. Like just being in the trees, it's like a campground. It doubles as a campground and everything. Like
Mhm.
it's beautiful. Like it's really a beautiful track. You guys, we got to make a trip up there. So
Definitely.
Oh, I
Next
agree.
year, I am down for some
It's-
RA.
it's only a 5-hour drive. So
Mm.
Just
but-
2 Mid Ohios. We're good.
yeah, exactly. So
Yeah.
Bring Cup back there.
Mhm.
I'm there.
Yep. I agree.
but oh, I'm joking. But yeah, pretty much.
Choking like Kiffin Simpson. Heyo.
Daniel, tell
Yeah,
us about the races though.
Yeah, so shout out Indy next. Pretty solid race. Like Tristan said, Kevin Simpson won the pole and just could not hold on to it
He
for
fell
more
off.
than 2 corners. But like I don't know, it wasn't the most entertaining race. We've seen more entertaining races from Indy next, but the winner did end up being Nolan Siegel. Nolan Siegel now holds the championship lead by, off the top of my head, I believe like 40 points. They were talking about it on the broadcast. This man just graduated high school,
Yeah.
and he's leading Indy next. And if he wins Indy next, he's guaranteed, I believe, 3 IndyCar starts. I don't know. They changed it this past year to something. I don't remember what it is off the top of my head, but I think he's really good, and I'm really excited that he's winning the championship because I think it'd be an interesting winner, and I'd like to see him in IndyCar. But moving to IndyCar, let's see who won the pole. Oh yeah, Herta won the pole. How could I forget? Colton Herta won the pole for this race. Listen, and we'll talk more about Herta. We'll talk about it.
We'll talk.
Jay knows. Jay knows. This race was pretty good. It wasn't the best race this season by far.
Definitely not. It's a cool. I mean, the 500.
Nothing's topping Texas.
500 was good, and the Texas is incredible. So I mean,
Nothing is topping Texas.
And
I'm
St.
sorry.
Pete, and St. Pete.
Yeah,
Pete
St.
was
Pete, then
good.
Texas.
Long
St.
Beach was
Pete is the
good.
best.
Yeah.
Over Texas?
St. Pete over Texas all day, brother.
No, normally yes, but this season?
This season too, yes.
I would also
All
kind
right.
of check on that. St. Pete was pretty
All
fire.
right. I think they're both like A races.
I
but
think you're just a
I went
Texas
back and
fan,
actually
bro.
rewatched St. Pete like a couple weeks ago, just because I was like, I want to watch a good IndyCar race, and I turned on St. Pete from this year. Shout out Peacock
just
for
think-
having all of
I think
the
for
IndyCar
me-
races accessible on Peacock.
here's my take. I think a really good oval race is better than a really good road course race because really good oval races are so much rare nowadays. It feels like outside of Indy.
I mean,
Okay.
I guess that's fair, but I just don't.
So yeah, Texas. The good races don't come from
But
Texas.
you got to think about it. You got to think about Texas though, because you're only thinking about those final 50 laps at Texas.
That's
No,
You're
I'm
thinking
not.
about-
I'm not.
You're
It was
thinking-
such a good race.
Dude, Pato. Okay, I get
Pato-
that Pato is the best car,
Yeah,
but
because
Pato
that
just
was
lapped
insane.
the field. Dude, no,
It
it
was
was
entertaining.
It was a little boring just because you have Pato, who is so much
Normally I
better
wouldn't
than
like
all the
that.
other
Normally I
cars.
wouldn't like that.
It wasn't for me.
Okay, I don't know. We
But
keep getting.
those-
We're
I
so
think-
out of habit.
I do think that was kind of cool though, that he put
Yeah.
everybody a lap down up to like second.
It was
place.
cool, but that doesn't mean it's good racing. You know what I mean? Like,
I beg to differ. But anyways,
whatever.
Road America. I don't know why. We don't
was
do this for
good.
2 weeks and
Road
our
America was
brains
good.
Just,
That's pretty much what we
Road
got.
America was a good
It was
race.
good.
It was a good
It was
race.
good.
Um,
Shout out to the top 3.
Yeah. So first of all, do we get into willpower?
Yeah, do it.
We might as
I
well
feel like
get
we
it.
have to talk about willpower.
Yeah,
thing
you
is,
have
I don't
to
think
talk about
any of
Willpower
this
just
is
became
willpower.
top tier
All-
grumpy old man.
The thing is, like he had a very reasonable reason
Oh,
to
yeah.
be mad at both of the drivers he's mad at. He was mad at
Understandable.
because Dixon wrecked his car and
Mm.
went into his line. He had a reason to be mad at Grosjean because Grosjean
Everybody had a reason to be mad at Grosjean.
didn't hold
this
his
season so
line,
far.
and it kind of ruined a couple of
I
laps for
don't-
power.
I don't think the Grosjean incident should have been anything because, in my opinion, Grosjean for that corner, he's coming through the kink. He comes through the kink, and then you have that little slight left back. You have to widen that left hand back to make it into Canada corner. Like
Okay.
you
Right.
have to widen your line because you want to make the braking line as straight as possible. So, in my opinion, Power kind of put his nose where he probably shouldn't have or should have known better.
I think the frustration was more just probably about Grosjean as a whole. Because let's be real, that hasn't been the worst thing Grosjean's done this
No,
season.
yeah,
not?
I'm sure it's been building up for a while. But
Yeah.
essentially, if you guys didn't watch this race or didn't watch qualifying or didn't see this on social media, Will Power gets on an interview post-qualifying run, and they're asking him about his disappointing weekend. And he was like, yeah, so, like, thanks to the team, our car's really good, but it's crap now because I got wrecked by Dixon, and this track sucks because if you get off course, you can't get back on. He's like, the facility sucks, this track sucks. I'm gonna notice Scott Dixon, and then just out of nowhere, he just goes, "Oh, and by the way, Grosjean is a piece of crap and needs to get punched in the face." And me and my dad were like, "What?" Like that came out of nowhere.
Cut up promo.
Dude,
And-
we saw the double birds from Willpower the first time in 3
like,
years.
Yeah. No, it's been like 10.
Oh, that meme was 10 years ago? Really?
It's like
Nah,
yeah, it was
it's
it was
not
loud.
that
It was at
long.
Loudon. It was
That
Loudon.
was at like 2017 though.
No, it was at Loudon. I don't think. I'm 99% sure it was at Loudon. Okay, keep talking. I'm doing mid podcast research. (2011) New Hampshire.
Okay.
It's been 12 years.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Are you reading what I'm
I
reading, Jay?
just
Yeah. But
what?
yeah, okay. Sorry.
What
go
are we
ahead.
reading?
Okay, but yeah,
Oh,
still
no.
an IndyCar race. I liked it.
The weekend was good though. I thought.
Good weekend overall. I'd give this weekend a solid 8 out of 10. Good IndyCar race. Shout out to this weekend's winner. Best driver, best car won the race. Alex Palou taking home the win. Solid podium finish for Joseph Newgarden, and then third place, everyone's favorite McLaren boy, Pato Award brought home third place. Brought down third place. Daniel, do you want to read the top 10 in points?
Yeah. Do you want me to do standings?
Yeah.
And then points. Okay.
Well, standings
Or
of points.
standings for this race.
Yeah, sure.
Well, I meant for the race. So let's see. Why is my phone being weird?
I have it up. I have it up if you want me to read it.
Yeah, go for it. I'll pull
Okay.
up the standings for points.
Okay. Top 10 for this race, guys. Alex Palou, Joseph Newgarden, Pato Award. As I said, Scott Dixon recovers from a retirement in qualifying to finish fourth. Colton Herta fifth. Marcus Ericsson sixth. Seventh was Christian Lundgaard. Shout out to RLL. And eighth, Scott McLaughlin. Ninth, Kyle Kirkwood. And 10th, Alexander Rossi. Only DNF that we had this race was David Malukas, who actually had a very strong car, top 5 in both practice sessions, and then 13th in qualifying. But something broke on the car, couldn't recover. He actually ends up falling now to 19th in points for Malukas. But
Yeah.
Daniel, go ahead and read the top 10 in points.
Hold on, I'm gonna
Okay,
interject here. Iron
Oh,
Kong,
go ahead.
Yeah, go for
Iron
it.
Kong, you are 100% correct. Grosjean and his team do need to go on a team building retreat because they were terrible. Because
Yeah.
earlier this year at the GP,
Yeah.
Grosjean gets out of the car and just yells at his whole
I was
team.
there. I was there.
Yeah.
I was there. We
Dude.
saw that.
Yeah.
But- and guess
I do have a question after I do the standings.
really quick. Grosjean, where are we going? We're going to Mid Ohio.
Oh, Andretti's gonna implode again.
I'll never forget. We're just standing there and we watch Rossi and Grosjean just get angry. What a
we
race.
were on that part right above the
Yeah.
garages.
Mhm.
Oh my gosh. Okay, top 10 in points. We're gonna get carried away if we keep ranting about Grosjean. So Alex Palou is still the championship leader. He now is up by 74 points. So quick question: do you think he's got this locked up?
Not quite. Not yet.
You said Palou.
Yeah.
Not yet.
I
If he wins a race or two more, I'd say he's got it locked up.
think it's possible.
Yeah, I think Ericsson and Newgarden definitely still have shots. I think Pato still has a shot, and if Pato has a shot, so does Dixon because they're both tied. So
But Palou is so consistent, bro. Like
He is
can't-
Palou doesn't make like mistakes in races.
I put on the fans place. Shout out the fans place. I put on that app that Palou wasn't going to get a top 5, and it cost me 50 points, and I was like, great. Speaking of the fans place, I needed to do my daily picks. Shout out to the fans.
Yeah, but then Marcus Ericsson is in second spot. Joseph Newgarden's in third. Rounding out the top 5 is Pato Award and Scott Dixon, who are both tied. And then rounding out the rest of the top 10 is Scott McLaughlin, Alexander Rossi, Will Power, Colton Herta, Kyle Kirkwood. That's your top 10. Right outside the top 10 is Christian Lundgaard, Felix Rosenqvist, and Roman Grosjean. Quick question. I saw this off Twitter. Is Andretti Autosports the Ferrari of IndyCar? Because I saw that, and I don't think I can disagree with it.
All the talent in the world, but cannot put it to use.
It's just inconsistent. Because Kyle Kirkwood got sent to the back twice this race and still finished 9th. And then Grosjean will find a way to drive off the track every race. He's either getting the top 5 or a DNF.
I mean, that makes sense.
Like,
I mean, that's what he did in F1, so it doesn't surprise me.
It's infuriating. Devlin DeFrancesco run middle of the pack, somehow spin out. But honestly, he had a solid race for the most part. Outside of like
23rd.
He was running better than he normally does. Listen,
I love Dev, but he qualified 12th and finished 23rd. I mean,
I still think he's improving better than last season.
Qualified good, but the race pace is still not there for Dev, and I think he's gotta improve definitely in the next couple of races if we want to see him return next season.
I was really critical of Dev last season, and I'm still critical of him this season, but we've seen improvements that the results don't show, in my opinion. I don't think he's a championship caliber driver.
And he's a great person. If you've never talked to Dev, he's a great person. So
yeah.
Talk to Dev.
I don't know.
All right.
That's just my closing thoughts. I just thought it was an interesting little take.
One.
All right.
Gotta hit it quick.
So I didn't really get to catch much of the race this weekend. I just kind of watched the highlights here because I had a pretty busy week / weekend.
Do I get to be the guy that talks about F1 this week?
Interesting. It's be the F1 expert.
You might get to. Do you want to? Bro plays the F1 theme song.
Ain't no way.
All right.
But,
anyway,
if you want to talk about the actual race a little bit,
I watched the whole thing.
I have a few questions about it.
First thing we have to mention is the grid penalty that did occur for Haas driver Nico Hülkenberg, who originally put it on P2. His first front row start in a long time for Nico Hülkenberg. Got a 3 grid penalty for infraction during a red flag. And Hülkenberg ended up starting 5th, and then the car fell all the way down to 15th. It was a rough race for both the Haas drivers. The biggest story for me is that Max Verstappen has been in front of every GP since Miami. He has led every single lap since Miami. That's a lot of GPs, y'all. And currently, he is 69 points ahead of Sergio Perez. It's very nice. But yeah, since let's see, how many GPs have been since Miami? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5 GPs since Max Verstappen's not been leading. Biggest controversy of this one, in my opinion, is Lando Norris received an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty. Pretty much
in a lifetime penalty.
Yeah,
that you'll ever
pretty much out of nowhere. And I'm watching the race, and I was confused too because there wasn't really anything crazy that Norris did. I don't know if he just made the stewards mad or anything about it. I couldn't tell from watching the broadcast. Then again, I also didn't go back and watch it. But Norris crossed the line 8th, finished 13th, caused him to not get points for this one after he had a pretty consistent race. What are your guys' opinions on a rare unsportsmanlike conduct penalty? Norris looking like Tom Brady out here getting one of these. What's your thoughts, Daniel?
I mean, I don't know which one of the stewards Landon Norris crapped in his cornflakes because I feel like they've just had everything out to get him this season. I don't know. I don't have a major opinion on it. I think it's a little silly. But I don't know. It happens. I don't know. I think he is right to be upset, but I also think, I don't know. I feel like there has to be a middle ground that the FIA has to find when kind of giving out punishments. Because some of them feel like too much. Some of them feel like too little. Some of them feel like not anything. So I don't know what the solution is. I've got mixed opinions on it.
It's just whatever the stewards want to do. That's all. That's how I can phrase it. Whatever the stewards want to do, they're gonna do, and there's not much you can change about it. So it's either you deal with it and you take the penalty, or you try to appeal it, and they're probably not gonna say that they were wrong in their opinion. And yeah, I mean that's just how it goes. It's how the stewards feel about it. So that's all I gotta say.
We did see 2 retirements from this race. First one, Logan Sargent in his Williams. Sargent is. I'm not gonna lie, dude. I have my headphones really loud right now, and I just
so
jumped.
bad.
I got scared.
I forgot we made that a sound. Honestly, me
I
and
let my
Daniel.
intrusive thoughts win.
Every time someone says his name now, where you just gotta play that.
Yeah, me and Daniel made that a
so-
sound after the last episode. I completely forgot that we did that.
So, the Williams driver. I'm gonna avoid saying his name now. The Williams driver is still yet to score a point in Formula One,
Who's that?
and there have been many rumors that he will be replaced by Mick Schumacher sometime. Logan Sargent. Tricked me. You tricked me. I love it. But there have been many rumors that Mick Schumacher could be replacing the American driver. What are your guys' thoughts, really quick, about Sargent?
I mean, it's his first season. I think it's kind of dumb to already pitch him. I think it's kind of dumb to ditch him already. It's his rookie season. It's his first season in F1. He's never raced these cars before. I mean, he was in F2. He did pretty decent in F2. Like, he wasn't the greatest. He won a few races every now and again, but and he's in a Williams, and it's his first season. Like, of course he's gonna look. Pardon my language, but shit, like.
Yeah. But, however, his Williams teammate put it P7 this weekend, and Williams' best result since 2017.
Yeah,
And
but here's the thing.
Albon got
Alex Albon is probably a top 10 driver in the series. He's just in the worst car.
Alex Albon is probably a top 5 driver in the series. He's just in the worst car. I will say that much.
Yeah.
If you put Albon in one of those Aston Martin cars, dude.
If you replace Stroll,
yeah,
Albon.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Guys,
If you put
hot take.
put him in a Red Bull again, if you put him in a Mercedes, I bet he runs laps around a lot of people.
Here's a hot take I've got. Okay, we need to have conversation about Sergio Perez.
no,
Qualifying.
He
hasn't made Q3.
Yeah, so that was gonna
at all?
actually be one of my questions. So
Yeah.
who's replacing Sergio Perez?
really quickly before we get to that. George Russell also DNF'd from this race. Was kind of disappointing, as Russell did have a good qualifying run going, and the meme was yellow, caution, there is out, and then or safety car, and then Russell said, "Yeah, that's me, mate." So anyway, all right, back on to the Perez.
Yeah, so who's replacing Perez? I'm not gonna lie to you, because it's gonna look like that's probably what's gonna happen. I'm not gonna lie to you, like.
However, he did put up the fastest lap this week, so he did get an extra point. But
I would hope so. He's in the fastest car.
He
However,
finished inside the top 10, right?
he finished 6th.
Okay.
Behind 2 Ferraris, a Mercedes, and an Aston Martin, and his teammate, of course. And he finished 9 seconds in front of a Williams.
Listen, you're in the most dominant car in F1 history. You should not be making Q3 every week.
Yeah.
I like Perez. I think he's still a really good driver. I mean, he's got wins. I have no problem with him. We have to have a conversation on if he is the right move for that seat.
And who is the person to replace him?
It's always this mid-season slump for Checo. Like, he always does this mid-season slump every year. He did it last year as well. Sure. He starts off the season hot. He has, like, this terrible middle to the season, and then he ends the season pretty well. And then that completely ruins him.
Comeback last season with Charles Leclerc.
Yeah, and he completely ruins his chances at a championship because he just – I don't know what it is. Like, the mid-season, he just falls off. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's all the breaks or something. I don't know. Like, or maybe it's the lack thereof breaks, because they have raced pretty consistently here recently. But I don't know. Like, it's just crazy to me that, like, I've noticed that pattern most definitely in his career. That mid-season, he just kind of just poops.
But who's gonna be
Yeah.
the one? Who's gonna be the one to replace Checo if he doesn't? Because he is. This
I
is
got
the
2
final year
picks.
of his contract. I have 2 picks as well. They might be the same picks. Daniel, say at least one of them.
I think our first pick is probably the same.
Yeah, so let's say it
I
on
think,
3.
I think our
Yeah.
that's all.
Yeah.
1,
Okay,
2,
3,
3.
2.
Yuki Tsunoda.
Alex Albon. Oh.
Well, Alex isn't going to get the contract because Alex is still under contract with Williams next season.
Okay, then
Yeah.
it would be Yuki if I
So
knew
Yuki is the
It's gonna be Yuki, Ben.
yeah.
But-
and we got to talk about Yuki.
that. I
real
got a
quick.
second pick. That's a little out there.
Who's your second pick?
Alex Palou.
I don't know about that. He'd go to McLaren before he went to.
No
anything.
way.
But here's the thing.
I would take Antonio
My-
Giovinazzi back before I would put Alex Palou in that car.
Yeah, you're kind of blowed for saying that. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Man's come off a Le Mans win. Come on now. Y'all know I'm messing with you, right?
I know, but half the time I can't tell.
Yeah.
Because you'll say some dumb stuff sometimes. I think we could have that conversation. I don't think it's a realistic choice by any means.
But that's what we're doing
But,
here. Realistic choices, buddy.
Well, that's why
Yuki-
I threw out.
Yuki's-
I think Albon or Yuki for sure are like the most realistic. Like should be in that seat. I think Alex Palou has all his vision set on F1 right now. He's part of that McLaren like whatever it's called, the program. You know.
Development program.
Yeah, the development. But they don't have open seats. They're not going to have one. And they're not getting rid of Lando anytime soon unless they're literally getting him pried away from them. And they just got Piastri, and Piastri's doing better than he probably should be in their equipment. They're not going to get rid of Piastri.
True.
I think if Palou has his eyes set on F1, there's rumors that his camp is like looking outside of McLaren right now. So could that be somewhere like an AlphaTauri? Maybe. I think he deserves better than an AlphaTauri.
I think that's a better option. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie to you for him.
I think it's a more realistic option.
That's what I mean. Realistic.
Yeah.
Here's why.
I don't
here's
think he should
why,
shoot for AlphaTauri by any means.
But
I
here's
didn't mean
why.
better. I meant realistic.
Here's
Yeah.
why I think Yuki Tsunoda is getting this seat. Okay, Yuki. I mean, obviously, you look at points. He's 17th in points right now. However, he is leading a team for the first time in his career. He is the number 1 guy at AlphaTauri right now, and we know they don't give a damn about Nick DeVries because he's probably out of the car next race.
Yeah.
You look at the standings. Yuki Tsunoda only has 2 points. However, you look where he's finishing every week. He's finishing right outside of points a lot of the times, like 11th, 12th, 13th. A lot of the times he's running in
It's
the
not
10th
his fault a
position.
lot of the time either.
And
Not his
see,
fault.
and see, that's the thing I hate about the AlphaTauri, because you have Nick DeVries and Yuki Tsunoda. You can't tell if the car's actually good and Nick DeVries is really bad, or if the car's really bad and Yuki's just really good. You can't.
Yeah.
You don't have that middle ground. You can't tell. Like, you know what I'm saying? And with that, I think what's gonna happen is it's gonna be a driver swap, and I think they're gonna put Perez in the AlphaTauri. They're gonna move Yuki up, and then they're probably gonna do something with DeVries. I don't know what they're gonna, or they put DeVries in.
I think DeVries is an IndyCar driver, my man. I think DeVries is coming over here, over to the best country in the world. Not the best country in the world, I will say. We are not the greatest country in the world, I will say. We're not. If it's anything, it's Montreal. It's Canada. I love Canada. That's where Dalton Kellett is.
Is
produce
that
the
why
GOAT.
it's the best? Because Dalton Kellett's there.
Yeah, if he was bad,
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that.
But yeah, that's what I think. I think they'll switch Yuki and Checo.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I think that's the most realistic option for all this, but who
Mhm.
knows what I know? You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah. I agree. I think Yuki's been driving circles around DeVries right now, and in my opinion, he's out driving the equipment, and I think Yuki is a Red Bull driver next season. I mean, he's already in the development program. He's been a Red Bull driver technically for years. It's his seat, and if he doesn't get it, honestly, it's a little bit of a slap in the face to Yuki, and I would probably leave AlphaTauri after that. I'd be like, get me a better ride.
I
So
would too. Next question. Was Alonso overreacting to Lewis's pit lane release or not?
I mean, kinda. I mean, they talked about
You
it.
guys saw that, right?
I watched it. Yeah,
I think so.
I would say a little bit.
Yeah. That's what I was
What,
kind of thinking.
what would you say? Like a little bit? Like
I
I mean, like Lewis definitely wasn't like in the right in that situation, but like Alonso was threatening like he should be penalized and stuff. Like
yeah, but it wasn't that close. Maybe it just caught Alonso off guard, I think, but it wasn't it wasn't like
wonder-
a close call for him to like
I wonder if he should have.
the time you have to lead the space. Okay.
Thank you.
Now, next question. Do you guys think Mercedes or Aston will make their comeback on Red Bull? Because there's rumors that there's a lot of updates coming for the Aston that's supposed to put them on par with Red Bull perfectly.
The Aston is looking good, and every day Alonso cuts that points lead down from Perez. So we'll see.
And
Daniel.
looking at Mercedes, they're starting.
Yeah,
to make a
Mercedes looks
comeback,
good.
So.
I mean, with the exclusion of George losing it in 8, I mean he looks
It was gonna
good.
be a solid day, yeah.
It was going to be a solid points day for both of the drivers. I mean, obviously
Sorry.
Lewis back-to-back podiums, but go ahead.
Yeah.
Sorry, Daniel. Go.
You want my answer?
Yes.
No. It's the most dominant car in F1 history. Like, sure, someone could get over Perez, but it's not going to be because the car is bad or their car is better. It's just not. I'm sorry.
It's not the most dominant in history, buddy.
It feels like it. I'm sure
Did
it's
you not.
not.
See
Like I
that Lewis Hamilton won 6 championships consecutively in a Mercedes.
listen. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying
Consecutively?
sometimes it feels like this is the
He won
most.
6 in a row consecutively.
Yes.
Huh. No. There was one in between there because of Nico Rosberg won a championship.
Oh, maybe yeah, but yeah, still,
But
Still a Mercedes.
it's still a Mercedes.
That's
A Red Bull has won every race so far.
Okay, that's what Mercedes was doing in the 2010s.
I know, but
Red Bull hasn't gotten to the point yet to say that's the most dominant in history because
I
they have
know.
not
It just-
dominated. They've not dominated a whole like era of F1.
I'm not saying era-wise. I'm just saying single season. It feels like this might be
Okay.
the most dominant. Like,
I don't know.
I'm
buddy.
sure if I go back and look at all the history books, it's probably not, but it really feels like it right now.
New guy.
I'm not even like. I'm not even saying it. Just
wanting Andretti in F1. Keep it pure. Get my America
I
out
don't
of
think it's gonna happen. I want it to happen, of course.
It's a joke. Anyway,
But yeah, I don't know. That's kind of all I have for F1 for this weekend. So I'll take
Yes.
us through the point standings and such as well. I forgot about that. Let us go right here. What is the podium? The podium was Max Alonso, Fernando Alonso, and Lewis Hamilton rounding out your podium. The F1 app is taking 30 years to pull up. All right, got it.
I have the standings pulled up if you need it.
Yeah, I got it. Then we have Leclerc, Sainz, Perez, Albon, Ocon, Stroll, and Bottas to round out the top 10 championship standings. Let's go look at that. Championship standings. Max, of course, in the lead. Checo is second, 126 points. Fernando Alonso, third, 117. Lewis, fourth with 102. Carlos Sainz, fifth, 68. George Russell, sixth, 65. Charles Leclerc, 54. Stroll, 37. Ocon, 29. Pierre Gasly, 15. So, very interesting midfield battle, I think. I mean,
Is there
the
anybody
midfield
that has
battle-
no points still?
Yeah, there's 2 drivers, Nick DeVries and Logan Sargent, the 2 rookies.
He walked you into that.
You falling for my trap.
He walked you into that. That was crazy. He walked you into that so hard. I love that.
I knew. Jay looked into the camera like he
I
was
was like-
Jim from The Office. I knew Jay wasn't falling for it.
Sin City was a radio.
We're fine. All right.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's the F1 weekend. So, you guys want to go into predictions?
Might as well.
All right,
Yes,
let's do
sir.
it. I forget what button it is. It's been a while. All right. So last week, our predictions were. We didn't have a guest on last week, so guest predictions are going to be missed out this week. But our first ever perfect podium prediction
Get up,
last
man.
week
Get up.
for
Salute the
Tristan,
flag. Get up. Memorial Day weekend. Get
for
up. Support the
Tristan
flag.
Grider, the man himself.
Thank you. Thank you.
Tristan
Thank you.
Grider. He has the first ever perfect podium. He picked the perfect podium for an F1 race. So congrats to Tristan.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I feel like I should give a speech. Shout out to Lewis Hamilton for putting that bad boy on his back-to-back podiums. And thank you to Fernando Alonso for finishing second.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And then what about Max? You forgot to mention Max.
I predicted that. I think the world predicted Max. I think we're fine.
But yeah. So yeah, Tristan was our first ever perfect podium. Daniel got a point from Max. I got a point from Max. And then I also got an extra point from Nolan Siegel winning the Indy Next race, who I predicted. So yeah, but none of us got a point from the IndyCar race.
Surprising. Normally, at least one of us gets a point.
Yeah. So
We're all too scared to pick Palou.
yeah, because I feel like whenever I pick Palou, he does like kind of bad that weekend. So like
Yeah.
And by bad, we mean P5.
yeah, like he doesn't win. And I want him to win, and that's what upsets me because that's the point. But I don't know. So this week we have a guest picker on this week. He sent me his stuff before the show happened. So we only have NASCAR this weekend. And Tristan, you want to take us through NASCAR real quick?
Might as well, guys. We are here. And guess who's not going to be here? Fox. Guess who is
Let's
going to be here?
go.
Our boy.
Dude, it's going to make a grown man cry.
Oh, my God.
I'm so ready.
Excited. I'm so ready to hear Dale Jr. We're here. Well, technically, Fox will be there on FS1 for trucks, but it's fine. We're here in Nashville, guys. Nashville Super Speedway, third year in a row. We're at this track. NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, NASCAR Xfinity Series, and the NASCAR Cup Series will all be here. Let's go through some Truck Series action. Here we go. Nashville.
Right. So my friend Derek is going to be picking for this weekend. He's a big fan of Kyle Larson, big fan of Max Verstappen in F1. He's a big Will Power fan in IndyCar. So just a little background on my friend Derek. So he's very inclusive into the motorsport scene. So his pick for the truck race is Ben Rhodes.
Okay. Looks like he likes picking people that win championships.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. Ben Rhodes is a good pick. I am going to be picking Christian. Oh, wait, really quickly. I want to make sure that he's not racing. He's not in this one. Christian Eckes is my pick for trucks.
Okay.
Okay. Eckes.
I was just making sure a certain person.
Rizaniel.
Give me Zane Smith. No hesitation.
No hesitation from the boy.
Who?
He went
Zane Smith.
Zane.
Oh, Zane Smith. Oh, why is my cap locks on? I'm gonna go with the good old reliable Nick Sanchez.
Nick Sanchez.
The good old Nick Sanchez, buddy.
Prediction legend.
All right, next up for Derek's Xfinity pick, it was Josh Berry.
Joshua Berry.
Okay.
Tristan.
I'm going Sheldon Creed. I think he gets it done this weekend.
Sheldon Creed. Daniel.
I am going to go Riley Herbst.
Ooh, it's a good pick. I like it. I like that pick. SHR equipment in Nashville is always good.
I'm gonna go a little off the wall here. I'm gonna go Sam Mayer.
Ooh.
Okay. I was thinking about it.
Whoa.
Yeah.
I like that one.
And finally, Derek's picks for the Cup Series.
On my
As I
birthday,
said.
by the way, June
Yes.
25th.
Yes.
It's gonna be my Taylor Swift era, my Joey Logano year.
Derek picked Kyle Larson and Kyle Busch. The Kyle
He really
and
likes
Kyle show.
Kyles.
Yes. Tristan, who's your picks for Nashville?
Took one of them. I was gonna go Kyle Busch. I'm still gonna go Kyle Busch. My second pick, though. Do I save him for the group pick? Do I take it? He's so dang good at this
You
track.
said Kyle Busch, right?
Kyle Busch is my first pick. Okay. If I say the name Ryan Preece, is anyone going to be like mad at me?
No.
I don't know
Okay.
why.
I'm going to go Ryan Preece.
Okay.
Just because he's so dang good at this track.
I agree.
Yeah.
Daniel?
My first pick, give me Dennis the Menace, Denny Hamlin.
Okay.
Okay.
Second pick, give me Alex Bowman.
Bowman the Showman. Okay.
This track.
My predictions. I'm going to go with none other than Mr. Tyler Reddick. Finished second here last year.
He did.
And I'm also going to go with Ryan
Did he?
Blaney.
I thought no. Kurt Busch did.
Or that, yeah. I looked at the 45 and I saw it, and I was thinking Reddick. But yeah, Kurt Busch finished here in the 45 second last year. And I'm going to go with Ryan Blaney, who finished third here last year. So
I like it.
yeah. But
The G-R-O.
oh, I didn't ask him for a group
Hey,
pick. So we'll
it's
just
all
decide
good.
the group pick.
We'll come up with something. Group pick.
Wait, is Trevor Bain racing?
No. I don't
No,
think
I looked.
Aw.
so.
Yeah, I know. I thought about it.
I'm very sad
But-
now.
That's honestly disappointing.
I've got someone I'd like to throw out. I would like to
Alright.
throw out somebody who hasn't got their first career win yet
Do that.
and
What
has
series?
been looking. He's been looking better this season than people thought he was going to be. My proposition for group pick: Ty Gibbs.
I can do that. That's fine with me, actually. I can see that happening.
In that way, and we don't have to have it be in any series because he's racing 2 races. So
Is he doing Xfinity?
he's doing Xfinity. He's in that 19. So just say
Oh,
Tiger.
sick! That works for me.
So wait, what's specific though?
Do it.
Which one?
Um,
Or doesn't matter if he wins? But what if he wins both? Do we get another 5, or is it just that he won?
I mean,
We'll see.
it wouldn't affect the standings anyway.
We'll cross that road when we
Yeah.
get there.
So Ty Gibbs.
Might as well.
Yeah. If Ty Gibbs wins both, he becomes the group pick legend.
Yeah, that'd
Like-
be kind of crazy.
Yeah,
However,
he
he
can get
hasn't
in the
had
Hall
top
of Fame
10.
status. for
Hasn't
that.
had a top 10 in like 6 weeks. So hopefully it goes well for the driver of the 54.
All right.
He needs a good week too if he wants to make the playoffs.
Mm.
Before we transition back, we'll see if Derek can help the guests out with his picks here. And there's our picks. So, yeah. Alrighty. We want to transition back, finish
Let's
out the show?
close it out. Thanks for listening to Indy Boys, everybody. It was a good week, you know. Shout out to Jay for having a good weekend in Road America. Shout out to Daniel for his fashion, always coming out here with the good hats. And shout out to me for falling into way too many Logan Sargent jokes. Anyway, guys,
Oh,
Did
wait,
somebody
wait.
did somebody say I wasn't quick enough?
I feel really bad for our Apple Podcast users because they are getting destroyed right now. Thanks for listening to the show, guys. If you liked it, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We have a bunch of new people following the Indie Boys podcast. We see you guys out here. We know you love gas station snacks, and I love them too. Check out the NASCAR races this weekend in Nashville, and we will see you guys next week on our pre-race show from Mid-Ohio.
Hey,
Have a
who's
good
the-
one.
Who's the second driver for Williams in F1, Tristan?
Alex Albon.
No, the second driver.
Oh yeah, that would definitely be. Have a good one, guys. Peace, Logan Sargent. Yeah, America. What is a kilometer?